Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Gold Clover Cup. Today we are on week 7. I am your host, presenter, and caster, yes, the big three, Josh, also known as Jorocco. You can find me on Twitter at JoroccoTX. And today I am joined by one of our top DPS players within the tournament, Matt Moore. Hello, Matt. Say hello, everyone. Okay, so Matt Moore is one of our DPS players and known for also being onto the Chinese Overwatch team. That's Chinese, spelt Chiknees. Yeah, I didn't come up with that. Hilarious. He's one of the Overwatch DPS players. Mainly, what do you like to play, Matt?
Mostly, on the team, I'm mostly a hit scan player.
Hitscan?
Which mostly just Freya and Soj for the most part.
Any reason you mainly play Hitscan?
Mostly because I feel like that's where some of the DPS I'm just better at, to be honest. Because I sometimes play flex, especially in ranked, because I feel like I'm the most fun. But I feel like Hitscan, I do just have that little edge on.
Yeah, I mean, I've someone who's played against you. I mean, even in the Quake tournament the other day, you are definitely quite an aim gifted player, I would say. Anyway, Matt, so let's get on to this interview. I've got a list of questions here for you today that I would like to ask you to get some information about your gaming experience and knowledge in general. So, kicking this straight off, I would like to know, when did you first start playing Overwatch?
It was around towards the end of 2018, I think.
Okay.
I joined pretty late on with my friends told me to get it for Christmas, so I did. Yeah.
So end of 2018, so that's about, because Overwatch came out in 2016, so we're talking maybe like the end or the beginning of when Overwatch League kind of first emerged. Okay, so did you feel that, you joined quite late to play the game? Was there any
I did, yeah, because I never really played too many hero shooters, especially because I was on console originally. I was just playing mostly Rocket League at the time. So and then my friends introduced me to Overwatch, and then I just got hooked, especially during COVID as well. That's when I really got into it.
Okay. So speaking of Overwatch League, back during OWL, short for Overwatch League, was there a team that you supported?
Yeah, I like the Shock personally.
It's the San Francisco Shock.
I did, yeah.
Is there any particular reason as to why you liked the San Francisco Shock?
I think you could probably guess why, but I was
Is it perhaps Super TF?
Yeah, big fan of Super back in the day.
Who would have guessed?
Yeah.
Our glorious king. Okay, then. So, continuing on to Overwatch. So, obviously, you started back in 2018. Yeah. And so you've seen the birth and death, pretty much, of Overwatch 1, and then the birth of Overwatch 2. So, going from Overwatch 1 and continuing into Overwatch 2, what would you say you would have changed from Overwatch 1 to Overwatch 2 that Blizzard perhaps didn't?
I mean, at first, I was not really a huge fan of the 5v5 change, so I wasn't all for that change. But as the time has gone on, I feel like that was an okay decision. But I do feel like 6v6 probably should have been the way to go.
I mean, I think fundamentally Overwatch 1 was made to be a 6v6 game mode. So going into Overwatch 2, it was a second game. So fundamentally they had to change the game. And I feel like that was probably one of the big reasons why Overwatch 2 initially failed. I didn't pick as much.
Perhaps.
Because you were changing what was a 6v6 game at its core to a 5v5. Yeah. And I fully believe that during the first maybe year or so of Overwatch's 2 release, the game didn't function how it was supposed to because of the way the game was meant to be played.
Yeah.
Okay, then. So I think before we go into some of the other questions, we have a little graphic we'd like to show of Matt Moore. Ooh. Let's bring that up on the screen now because we worked nice and hard on that. Here we go, Mr. Matt Moore. So we've got your name, you've got your IGN. Okay, yeah, so as we know, you're currently ranked 6th on the leaderboard. So not to put you down here, but, that's not as high as I think we would want. I think we're looking at top 3, for the DPS of the team. However, you are on 12 points. Third place is only 16 points. So technically, you are only 4 points behind, which technically means tonight you could single-handedly reclaim or claim a third place spot. Do you think you're able to do that tonight?
I feel like if I really pull my socks up, I feel like, yeah.
Yeah?
I'll go lock in and do that.
I mean, I'd love to see you pull your socks up, lock in, and do that. I would love to see, Matt Moore getting into third place. I mean, as we know, though, as long as you are in the top 10, you are getting into the finals here, which means that you are drafted into the 2 teams going for the victory. So as long as you're in top 10, you're there all the way. But hey, let's aim big. Go big or go home. Anyway, so back to some of the other questions we have here. So, in your personal opinion, who do you feel is the most impactful character in Overwatch? Kiriko. That was a very quick answer, and I have to agree with you. Now, why would you say that Kiriko is most impactful?
Basically, well, her Caesar alone is just a game-changing ability. Like, the fact that you can just cleanse any negative effect with a flash of a button, negate almost any ult, is just stupidly overpowered in my opinion.
Agreed. I mean, I'd even say that the ability to teleport to any of your teammates as well at the same time is incredible. Okay, on the opposite end of the spectrum, who is the least impactful character in the game?
I feel like
There is a correct answer for this one.
for utility-wise, I might say Moira.
There's the correct answer. Yeah, Moira is hands down the least impactful, and I'm glad you agree.
But Moira players will not stop to tell you how important they are in the team because of their stats are just, oh, look at that.
Look how much damage I've got because I refuse to do healing. Okay then. So now, speaking of the fact that you are, rank 6th, and then when we look at your actual rank in game, you are currently Diamond 2. Now, considering that most people start from a lower rank, what kind of rank did you start from when you first started playing Overwatch?
I think, I started on console and I was mostly gold. I was like gold for like my entire time on console, and then when I moved to PC, it became more like plat. So it was like in plat for a long time, and then recent seasons has been more diamond, and now it's looking like hopefully a push to masters. As well.
I mean Diamond 2 at the moment. That's definitely a push to masters. So what do you feel you've done? I guess recent years, recent patches to kind of improve your general gameplay.
Well, I feel like the switch to PC that is much more competitive lobbies in my opinion, so that helps like level up the gameplay, I suppose. Like also doing NSE like uni tournaments for the past 2 years, like getting insight from everyone, like that's been a huge help, especially from like all the coaches and VOD reviews and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Very helpful.
Okay then. So we've spoken about the most impactful and the least impactful character. Who would you say is the most annoying character in the game to play against?
It's annoying. I feel like a good tracer can be annoying.
A good tracer?
Yeah.
So you're putting tracer over the likes of Symmetra, Mei, Torbjorn.
I'm thinking more like if they're really good at the character.
Okay.
Because like a really good tracer can be like almost unkillable, and if it's your job to mark her, like especially on like DPS, that can just be such a nightmare.
Okay,
like,
true. All right then. So so we've done these questions in the wrong order, but who cares? Okay, so going back to your skill level, so you've said that you were kind of around platinum for a while, and now you're moving up into diamond, but you're still even pushing into masters. What do you feel is the kind of blockade keeping you from getting masters? Let's say tonight.
I might say probably my mechanics on most characters. I feel like although I feel like I can aim quite well, like especially on like the flex DPS, like I might like feed a little bit too much because I just don't manage my cooldowns.
Okay, did you hear that, people? Matt likes to feed. So if you're going up against Matt Moore tonight, remember, keep going into him. He's feeding 24/7 and his mechanics are bad. This is how you take advantage of the number 6, okay?
Respect my name, fear me.
Fair. All right, then. So, okay, and then going back to the Overwatch World Cup. Are you excited?
Oh, yeah.
It's back. It's back. The Overwatch World Cup. It's back. Okay, now, do you think, because obviously we've looked at some of the Overwatch, Overwatch CS finals, and maybe it wasn't as exciting as I expected it, being held at DreamHack, maybe not the biggest crowd or production, but it's there. So do you feel that the Overwatch World Cup perhaps may be a way of reviving the esports scene for Overwatch?
Well, considering like they've reached some great numbers recently, like even with a tournament, even at DreamHack, I feel like this World Cup could be huge, especially. And I feel like in recent years, with the emergence of rivals as well, it has like boomed like the popularity of Overwatch.
It's healthy competition, I'd say.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay then. So now, and speaking of games and even Marvel Rivals, so let's say excluding Marvel Rivals and Team Fortress, if you were to transfer your skills that you've learned from Overwatch into any other game, what would you be? What would you look at? Because we're thinking, you've got your tracking, you've got some movement kind of base, you've got your mental skills, so your coordination and such. What game would you be looking to move it into? Because I know you're a big fan of Rocket League as well.
Yeah.
But
if it was the other way around, could I put my Rocket League skills on Overwatch? That would be huge.
Really?
Well, I feel like that would put me at like Rocket League to Overwatch translation. I'd say that might be like High Masters to GM, perhaps.
Seriously? So controller race cars translates to...
Oh, you mean like mechanical skill or like skill in that game related to...
No. So I mean, what you've learned from Overwatch in terms of your mechanical skill, your strategic advantages. What game would you look to transfer that over to the most?
Maybe either like CS or Valorant, probably.
So just keeping it along the shooting genre. I'd say. Yeah, that's fair.
That's probably where my interest would be.
I started from Overwatch, moved to Apex Legends, very tracking movement based, went to Valorant as well. Similar. So I think, keeping it within the FPS genre is definitely the one to go. So Valorant, CS, I guess that you've got quite a lot of abilities to worry about in that, so it probably is quite a transferable skill base. Sure. Okay then, well, anyway, that is all the time we have for questions today. Thank you everyone for joining us. Now, we will be back in T-minus 49 minutes. for actual games in which you can get to watch the great Matt Moore play. So I'm excited for that because this is the second to final week before we break up for Christmas. So anyway, with that, we will see you guys in just a moment. We can take a short break. Again, short break being 49 minutes. And then we'll jump straight back into the games. And I think our first map we've got up is Elios. Okay, We'll see you guys soon, and goodbye.